Hi, my name is Danielle Back, and I am the president of the ASU Coalition for Human Rights. I'm here today to talk about socially responsible investing. And basically, what socially responsible investing is a solution to these problems you see behind me. It's a solution to global poverty, to refugee rights, and to problems with the environment. Now, another way that you can define socially responsible investing is it's a way to build a sustainable and equitable economy. Now, socially responsible investing has been around for centuries, but it really got its start in America during the South African Apartheid, which started in 1948 when the National Party was elected. Now, this led to mass segregation in South Africa, and South Africa being regarded as a widespread abuser of human rights. And this led to a movement against South Africa, including in 1962 when the UN issued a resolution against South Africa calling for sanctions and breaking off diplomatic relations with the apartheid state. Now, even though the UN issued this in 1962, it wasn't until later that colleges started getting involved. In 1977, Hampshire College was the first college to divest or pull out financial investments from South Africa. ASU, NAU, and U of A followed in 1985, and Columbia University was the first Ivy League to divest, and they divested after we did. Now, there was also a corporate response which followed the university response, including a movement towards more social equity funds, funds that did not invest in South Africa, and then establishing corporate codes of conduct. And it's important to note that some of those funds had return on investment of 33%. Then, from between 1985 and 1990, over 200 American companies divested, leading to a loss of $1 billion in financial investments in South Africa. Now, of course, the United States government followed all of these other grassroots movements, and in 1986, they issued sanctions against South Africa and the South African apartheid. And it followed that South Africa transitioned from being an apartheid segregated state to a state that endorsed equitable policies for all of their citizens in 1994 when Nelson Mandela was elected president. Now, the key thing to keep in mind here is that revolution doesn't happen overnight. It takes decades and decades of work, and on a global level with individuals dedicated to responsible policies. It was 46 years after the National Party was elected that the apartheid ended, 32 years after the UN issued Resolution 1761, and 17 years after universities first started getting involved in socially responsible investing in terms of South Africa and the apartheid. Now, a question I get a lot is socially responsible investing relevant today? And I would say yes. If you look at these pictures behind me, these are problems we're facing right now. Gender problems, problems of pollution, problems of revolution against authoritarian regimes. And in addition to solving these human rights problems, it also can be not necessarily against profit, because studies have shown that socially responsible companies have higher returns on investments than companies that are not socially responsible. At ASU has very strict investing rules, and these rules have caused ASU and U of A and NAU to divest from certain companies that they feel are not being properly socially responsible. So in 1999, we cut our contracts with Nike. Again, in 2009, we cut contracts with Russell Athletics because of their treatment of sweatshop labor workers in South America. Now, this is a movement at ASU and U of A, NAU, and really all around the nation. But there's a reason why it's important today. There's a genocide going on in Darfur, and this genocide has been happening since 2003. Over 5.6 million people have been displaced from their homes, and over 300,000 people have been killed. Now, despite this genocide, there are companies still doing business in Sudan with the regime, oil companies, the energy industry, and telecom companies. And lots of these companies are actually international companies, not companies in Sudan. So we need to make sure that our investments are socially responsible, especially because ASU has just been designated as an Ashoka Changemaker Campus Consortium. That means that because we have this status as being a changemaker, we need to follow through and investigate all of our funds to make sure they're in accordance with social responsibility, because as a new American university, it's our duty to transform society, value entrepreneurship responsibly, be socially embedded, and engage globally. And we can do all of these things through a partnership with Arizona State University and the ASU Coalition for Human Rights, because we're trying to establish an advisory committee for socially responsible investing at Arizona State University. This is a committee that is present in many of the top colleges around the nation. We don't have one yet. The coalition is pushing to establish a committee at Arizona State. So if you'd like more information, if you'd like to support our movement for socially responsible investing, you can contact me at any of those addresses or the coalition email address, and there's some more information about socially responsible investing. So thank you.